The fall of a music empire. How betrayal, scandal, and family drama could destroy Diddy's legacy.
Major developments tonight involving the case against Sean Diddy Combs, what he decided in court today, and what this now means, the move coming just 4 days before his trial is set to begin. Here's Aaron Katursky.
He did, and when the judge did, Diddy, who was sitting at the defense table with his attorneys, did not show any signs of emotion. He took a sip of water before he was led out of the courtroom by the U.S. Marshals. Now, his lawyers have vowed to fight this. They are going to be back in court on Wednesday before the judge who will oversee this trial and try to get Diddy to be released.
Well, Bill and Sade, accepting a plea agreement would mean that Sean Combs would have to admit to trafficking and force. And today he made it very clear that was not going to happen. Diddy maintained all along these encounters involved consenting adults and plans to take his chances that a jury agrees.
Mr. Combs feels A, he's innocent, which is why he's not going to plead guilty. B, he's going to be truthful about this case because he wants to portray that to the people who have loved him his whole life. And I think he also feels an obligation to people in general. Maybe it's black people, maybe it's white people, maybe it's anybody who's ever felt aggrieved and targeted by the government. He feels an obligation to those people to say, you know what, maybe I can break the model. Maybe I can show the world that a black man can win, in federal court. And I think he probably is the only person I know of who might be able to actually accomplish that.
The last hearing before Sean Combs' trial starts, when he walked into federal court today, he appeared to be looking for his family. They've pretty much been at all of the hearings that I've been to, but there was no presence of his sons or his mother or his sister who had previously been at those hearings.
Once, he was the untouchable king of hip-hop, a mogul who built an empire from the ground up. Now, Sean Diddy Combs is fighting for his freedom, his fortune, and even his family. The man who defined an era of music and luxury is facing a legal battle so severe, it could dismantle everything he's ever created. But this isn't just about scandal. It's about betrayal from the people closest to him. A son against his father, at the center of this storm is Christian Combs, Diddy's eldest son. The same young man who grew up in the spotlight, attending red carpets and industry parties, is now the prosecution's star witness. Court documents reveal that Christian has been cooperating with federal investigators, providing critical details about his father's business dealings, private events, and even alleged illegal activities. How did it come to this? How does a son turn against the father who gave him everything? Some say Christian was pressured, threatened with legal consequences if he didn't cooperate. Others believe he saw an opportunity to escape a world shadowed by controversy. Whatever the reason, the damage is done. Diddy's legal team has slammed the move, accusing the government of manipulating family ties to build their case. But with sealed memos leaking and evidence piling up, the question isn't just about guilt or innocence, it's about survival. The midnight raid. That changed everything. The turning point came when Homeland Security agents stormed Diddy's mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. Under the glare of flashing lights, they seized phones, laptops, and financial records, anything that could tie the mogul to a web of alleged crimes. But the most shocking discovery wasn't just the...
How can you support your father? How do you support him moving forward?
Evidence. It was the conversations between father and son. Texts, emails, and private messages painted a picture of a family entangled in a high-stakes game of power and secrecy. Prosecutors claim these communications reveal a hidden side of Diddy's empire, one built on more than just hit records and business deals. Christian, once seen as the heir to the bad boy legacy, now appears to be the key to unlocking his father's darkest secrets. Parties, power, and a web of secrets. For years, Diddy's parties were the stuff of legend, exclusive gatherings where celebrities, politicians, and billionaires mingled far from the public eye. But according to court filings, these events may have been more than just glamorous affairs. Prosecutors allege that some were used for illegal activities, including trafficking. Christian, they say, wasn't just a guest. He was an organizer. Leaked documents suggest he arranged private jets, managed guest lists, and even handled payments to keep certain attendees quiet. If true, this would mean the son wasn't just a witness to his father's world. He was an active participant. Diddy's lawyers have dismissed these claims as fiction, insisting the parties were nothing more than high-profile social events. But with federal agents digging deeper and witnesses coming forward, the defense has an uphill battle. A family divided. The legal nightmare doesn't end with Christian. Rumors swirl that prosecutors are pressuring other family members, Justin.
Mr. Combs feels A, he's innocent, which is why he's not going to plead guilty. B, he's going to be truthful about this case because he wants to portray that to the people who have loved him his whole life. And I think he also feels an obligation to people in general. Maybe it's black people, maybe it's white people, maybe it's anybody who's ever felt aggrieved and targeted by the government. He feels an obligation to those people to say, you know what, maybe I can break the model. Maybe I can show the world that a black man can win, in federal court. And I think he probably is the only person I know of who might be able to actually accomplish that.
Combs and Quincy Brown to testify. Will they follow Christian's lead, or will they stand by their father? The hip-hop world is watching closely, and opinions are split. Some see Christian as brave for speaking out. Others call him a traitor. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, never one to miss an opportunity to stir the pot, has hinted that he has damaging information about Diddy's dealings. Is he just playing mind games, or does he know something explosive? The $74 million question. Beyond the family drama, this case is about money. Lots of it. Investigators claim Diddy moved over $74 million through a network of 17 shell companies, disguising payments and hiding assets. If proven, this could mean charges of fraud, money laundering, and more. Diddy's team insists these were legitimate business transactions, but prosecutors argue the paper trail tells a different story. With financial experts dissecting every transfer, the trial could come down to spreadsheets and bank statements, a far cry from the glitz and glamour of Diddy's public persona. The trial that could end an era as the courtroom drama unfolds, the stakes couldn't be higher. If convicted, Diddy could lose everything: his fortune, his freedom, and his legacy. But even if he walks away, the damage to his reputation may be irreversible. This isn't just the fall of a celebrity, it's the collapse of an empire. And at the heart of it all is a painful truth. Sometimes the greatest threats don't come from enemies, but from the people you love the most. Private jets, 5-star yachts, and sprawling estates in the Hamptons, these weren't just symbols of wealth. They were the glittering facade of a hidden empire, one now unraveling in shocking detail. Bank statements, wire transfers, and confidential invoices all pointed back to Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment. But the most explosive revelation? Christian Combs' name was everywhere. Documents revealed Christian authorizing payments for yacht charters, high-end catering, and private flights. This wasn't just a son casually linked to his father's business, it was a direct tie to the alleged operation. Diddy's legal team scrambled, dismissing the expenses as routine corporate costs. They accused prosecutors of twisting luxury into something criminal. But the evidence was undeniable. These weren't just transactions, they were a damning trail of proof. And the fallout? It spread far beyond the courtroom. A reputation in freefall in Hollywood, image is everything. For Diddy, that image wasn't just cracking, it was collapsing. What began as quiet rumors erupted into a deafening scandal. Tabloids splashed his name across headlines. Social media exploded with theories. Celebrities who once flocked to his parties now avoided him. Brands that had paid millions for his endorsements suddenly backed away, issuing vague statements about reviewing partnerships. Even his liquor empire took a hit. Distributors canceled orders for his premium tequila. Ad campaigns featuring his face were pulled overnight. Streaming platforms saw a spike in plays of his music, but not out of love. Fans were dissecting lyrics, searching for clues about the man now accused of deceit, manipulation, and betraying his own family. The social media war online, the battle lines were drawn. Hashtags like Protect King Combs and Diddy Exposed trended worldwide. Supporters painted Christian as a hero, a whistleblower choosing justice over loyalty. Critics branded him a traitor, accusing him of turning on his father for money or fame. Then came 50 Cent. Never one to miss drama, he fueled the fire with cryptic Instagram posts, hinting at explosive secrets that could destroy Diddy. Was it a bluff? Or did he have real ammunition, the courtroom showdown? The trial became a spectacle. Paparazzi swarmed the courthouse. Fans camped outside, live streaming every moment. Inside, the tension was suffocating. Reporters, legal experts, and even a few celebrities packed the gallery, all waiting for one moment. Christian's testimony as a. He took the stand. The room held its breath. Diddy's lawyers fought desperately to discredit him, claiming he was manipulated by prosecutors. But Christian's voice never wavered. "I never wanted this," he said. "But the truth has to come out." Gasps filled the courtroom. Diddy's face remained unreadable. But for a split second, something flashed in his eyes. Anger? Pain? Regret? Christian's words tore through the silence like a knife. This wasn't just a legal battle anymore. It was a family self-destructing in real time. The aftermath, a broken dynasty. With every secret Christian revealed, Diddy's empire crumbled further. Whispers of more victims, more lawsuits, and more scandals began surfacing. The music mogul who once ruled the industry now faced a fight for his legacy, his freedom, and his family. And Christian? To some, he was a hero. To others, the ultimate betrayer. But one thing was clear: this was only the beginning. What comes next? The world is still watching. New accusers are emerging. Old allies are distancing themselves. Enemies are circling. And if the rumors are true, this might just be the first domino to fall in an even bigger scandal. Because in the world of fame, power, and fortune, there are no happy endings. Only secrets waiting to be exposed. Stay tuned. The story isn't over yet. Expanded with additional details, emotional depth, and narrative tension, while keeping the language natural and engaging. Would you like me to focus on expanding any specific part further? For example, diving deeper into the legal strategies, the media frenzy, or the personal dynamics between Diddy and Christian? Let me know how you'd like to refine it.